craft enthusiasts, and happy Friday. Unless you're watching this on a different day, in which case, happy whatever day of the week it is. Welcome to my inaugural crafting video. I'm Steven, constant reader and librarian at Cinco Ranch Branch in Katy. Am I an expert craftsman, you ask? No. I know people who craft so hard they sweat glitter, but not me. But that's okay, because I'll be showing you a super easy, inexpensive DIY project to spruce up the old homestead, specifically the decorative yarn sign you saw at the beginning of the video. What do you say we get started? But first things first, let's go over the necessary tools and materials you'll need to bring this project to fruition. First off, you'll need a blank wood plaque for this project. Now, some of you true DIY enthusiasts will either want to paint or apply wood stain, maybe throw in some crown molding, but for our purposes I'll be using this 12 by 12 square cut of natural fir, which as you can see has already been painted a steel gray. I've chosen this distressed rustic style plank for its classic vintage appeal. You'll also need nails or steel pins about 1 inch long, maybe a little less. You'll need a hammer. Of course you'll need yarn. Depending on the font you've chosen or the thickness of the letters, you'll probably want a thinner yarn, but I've seen yarn signs utilize thicker yarn. Go with whatever works. And finally, you'll need scissors. So now that we've covered the essentials, let's talk about the text, the verbiage that we'll be putting on the sign. Those of you with impeccable handwriting skills with a Z will probably want to freehand this bad boy. Bravo to you. But for the rest of us, myself included, we'll need a printout of the letters to use as a guide. I used Microsoft Publisher to get the sizing right, then spat it out of the printer on 8.5 by 14 legal size paper. Now you're going to want to make sure that the wood plank can accommodate the word that you've chosen. Just want to say on a personal note, I've chosen the name of my cat, who sadly passed away not too long ago. I miss you, buddy. So for me, this project has some major therapeutic value. With the plank lying flat, lay the printout atop the board relative to where you want the letters to appear. I recommend using tape to keep the printout firmly in place. Using a pin or a thumbtack, stab through the printout along the edges of the letters to create an outline of the letters on the plank. What do you say we speed things up? Remove the printout once you're finished. As you can maybe see, depending on the lighting, we now have a working outline for the next step. Using your hammer, begin nailing the pins into the board, leaving about half the length of the pin exposed. Once again, cue fast forward. Alright, that took a bit of work, but we finally got our nails in place. Now we're ready to add yarn. Begin by tying the yarn off on a single pin, or nail, whatever you're using. Treat yourself to a double knot. Use your scissors to remove the excess yarn. Let's get to wrapping. For expediency's sake, we'll speed this up. After you completed a section of letter, you'll want to secure it with another sturdy knot. Hope you're all ready for the big reveal. Maybe I can get a drum roll in here or something. There we go. And without further ado, I give you, voila. Not bad for a first foray. Yeah, it came out pretty well. Let's take a look at it side by side with the printout. Yeah, comparatively, it looks not too bad. A little bit of a spacing issue around the L's, but otherwise, it came together quite nicely. I hope you'll agree. Let me know in the comments if you think so. Now, with regards to hanging it, there's a couple ways you could go. One, you could drill a couple holes through, one on each side, and then you can run some twine or hemp rope through. That would, really complement the vintage look. Alternately, you can get a cheap picture hanging kit and fix the hanger on the back side of the plank, which is what I'll be doing today. Here I'm installing the sawtooth hanger on the back of the plank. Shouldn't have to pre-drill holes, but that ultimately depends on how thick the wood is. Should be tight enough. Excellent. I think that about does it for today's video of me crafting an homage to my dearly beloved cat. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up on your way out. For more craft ideas, check out our channel and hammer the subscribe button for more updates. Thank you for watching. I'll be back soon with another project to keep those crafty hands out of trouble. In the meantime, go make something good.